when I labored and toiled, waiting for the drums to pick me. You were just a boy, fiddling with his mother's bosom. Now you dare challenge me? You want the drumsticks? Come and get them. Overshadowed by Kwesi's beats, with a very heavy heart, Mawuli accepted defeat, acknowledging Kwesi as the winner. Kwesi paraded around the village, gloating in Mawuli and Kojo's faces. As Mawuli accepted defeat, Kwesi walked up to him and seized the drumsticks from his hands. I don't think you will be needing this anymore, Kwesi said, laughing in their faces. Kojo, overwhelmed with anger, screamed at him to give back the drumsticks, but all Kwesi did was laugh. Mawuli quietly picked up his drums and walked away, leaving behind an atmosphere heavy with sadness. Never before had Mawuli lost a drumming match, and Kojo had never seen his father so torn over anything, not even the death of his mother. The night Kojo and his father were due to leave the village, as per the terms of the duel, a thunderous sound was heard from the village stream, drawing the attention of curious villagers. As they approached, they were astonished by the sight that greeted them. Standing facing each other were two men, their eyes locked on each other. On one side was Kwesi holding 4 drumsticks, a mischievous smile playing on his lips, while Kojo stood on the other side, by his father's drums, his hands clenched into fists, breathing heavily. The tension in the air could be cut with a machete or even a scissors as the villagers watched, unsure of what was about to happen. Give me my drumsticks! Kojo screamed at Kwesi, but Kwesi laughed in his face. Where were you when I labored and toiled, waiting for the drums to pick me? You were just a boy, fiddling with his mother's bosom. Now you dare challenge me? You want the drumsticks? Come and get them. As Kojo approached to retrieve the sticks, Kwesi broke them in half and tossed them into the stream beside them. You want to sit at the grown-up's table? Ha ha ha! Prove it! Let's play! He shouted. Mawuli, who had rushed to the scene upon hearing that his son had challenged Kwesi to a duel, couldn't believe his eyes. He tried to convince Kojo to forfeit, but Kojo refused. As the duel commenced, everyone watching was filled with worry. Kojo had never succeeded in playing the drums. The one time he tried to was a complete mess. No sound was heard, and the drumsticks specifically made for hitting the atumpam drums were now lost in the river. No one, you see, in the history of drum beating and music making had ever succeeded in playing the drums without the drumsticks. Those drumsticks were made specifically from the baobab tree trunk. How could Kojo possibly compete against a seasoned veteran like Kwesi? Kwesi? Someone who even defeated his father? And how could he even beat the drums without the drumsticks? Everyone was worried. Kwesi began, showcasing his expertise with loud and intimidating rhythms. Then, it was Kojo's turn. Standing firm, he closed his eyes, breathing in and out, trying to steady himself. He placed his hands on the drums, trying to feel the wood beneath his fingers. He hit the drum with his hands, but there was no response. Calm down, Kojo, he whispered to himself, calming his nerves and trying to gather all the energy he had. He tried again, but this time with more vigor, and to everyone's astonishment, the drums responded. Kojo's rhythm danced between earth and sky, weaving tales as old as time. His sound was unique, different from his father's. No one had heard this type of sound before. This was a testament to his newfound connection with his father's drum. Soon, it was time for both young men to play the drums simultaneously. They played with their hearts on their sleeves. The air felt the rhythm. The ground shook. The elements of nature felt their presence. As the duel continued, Kojo's playing surpassed Kwesi's drum. His sound filling the air with an intensity that left Kwesi's drum silent. Kwesi's smile faded. It was over for him. Kojo continued to beat the drum, enjoying himself, forgetting that he was in a competition. Everyone around him, including his father, danced happily, screaming in excitement. Soon, Mawuli rushed to his son's side, whispering proudly, "The talking drum chooses his master, and tonight, it chose you. Good things come to those who wait. Medase, my son, you have done well." From that moment on, Kojo knew that because his intentions were pure this time, the drums had found him worthy. He had wanted to play the drums for Mame for selfish gains, but this time, he proved to everyone that he was ready. He was ready for the drums to speak to him. That night, Kwesi the stranger vanished into thin air. Kojo became the village's new chief drummer, and Mawuli couldn't be more proud. This story would go on to become a legend, told for generations to come, about the boy who was found worthy by the drums, chosen in a time when hope was nothing but a fleeting dream. In telling this tale, one lesson was very clear, that patience is a virtue. Kojo, after several fails, waited for things to work out in their own time. Kojo became one of the best drummers to ever exist, traveling from village to village, just like his father, telling tales and healing broken hearts. One thing was sure, although Kojo had failed several times in the past, he waited, showing that sometimes you just need to wait for things to fall into place. The end.